So today, I would love to talk to you about an awesome book called 16 Emergency Landings Proving Flat Earth by an awesome man named Eddie Allen Carr. Now, if you're not an idiot like I am, who had made videos using his work and book without even knowing who he was, let me show you. Yeah, so Eddie Allen Carr, he goes by Flat Earth Banjo. That's what I call him. That's what I know. If I call him Banjo, I'm Flat Earth Banjo. What's up, brother? Love your work. Love everything you're doing, dude. You've helped me learn a lot. I've looked into some of your stuff, and I'm thinking, how did I not even love it? Let's look into the work, though. Yeah, so anyway, Banjo, Eddie Allen Carr, right, started making some connections on flight routes. Whether you're using the globe, which is incorrect, or the Gleason's map, which is the most accurate, not 100% accurate, but the most accurate. The Gleason's map and Alexander Gleason, look into them if you haven't. It's what the flat earth, it's the most accurate level plane, stationary topographical flat earth map, whatever you want to call it. Started to notice, like, you know, obviously if we're in the northern to northern locations, there's no issue on a ball here or on a level plane. Does not matter. The issues start to arise on the southern to southern locations. Now let's dive into some. For instance, here we have Sydney, Australia to Mexico City. It stops in Los Angeles. Now on a ball, you're thinking, why would you go farther and more north to come back? Wouldn't you just go right here? That's a very, just follow the question marks, right? Because we're questioning, why would you go? It doesn't make any sense until you go to a flat earth map and you see Australia. Oh, Los Angeles, Mexico. Oh, it's in much more of a straight line. No wonder. Now, I know you're thinking, Mike, there's one route, and you think you found a route, and because there's something odd. No, calm down, slow your roll, bro. We got Tel Aviv to Sao Paulo via Madrid, right? So if we start here, it would behoove you, it would make most sense, cost effective, and just common sense to go straight. Why would you go why would you go farther up and then back down, unless you go to the flat earth map, and then it makes perfect sense. It's all in a straight line. Guys, believe it or not, this is much simpler than most would like you to think. But we're not done. We're not done, okay? There's more, I promise. Yeah, so here we got Rio Gallegos. I'm not sure. We got Rio to Johannesburg, stops in Sao Paulo first, right? You're thinking, why? No, let's just go. I just want to go Rio to Johannesburg. It's closer. What? It doesn't make it, Rio, you can't make the full but you just stop for a bit. Makes perfect sense on a Gleason's map. Interesting. Yeah, if you're one of those weirdos, you like to defend the government, you think they have your best interest at heart. We got a good one here. It's Santiago to Johannesburg. Why would it stop in Senegal? Santiago to Johannesburg. We're just gonna go right across this should be simple. Right? Very easy. We're going to go right here. Why are we going to... All right, hold the phone. Why are we going to Senegal? Oh, it makes perfect sense. It's actually in a straight line. Oh, guys, it's in a straight line. Oh, man. It's time to stop, right? And just to rethink some of these things. Because, again, a lot of it, you can just use manipulation. Like I said, northern to northern flights, there's no issue, right? So they'll just show you those all the time, and everything's adding up. It's the southern to southern flights, guys. You just gotta really stop. You just gotta use a little common sense. We don't need any math formulas and crazy. M equals MC. Just a little common sense.
Okay, if you don't have an open mind or the ability to think outside what you've been taught your entire life, this video is not going to be for you. I'm going to explain to you guys the biblical Earth model in the simplest form, and it's so hard to envision because we have been indoctrinated and taught that we are a hurtling ball in space, in endless space. Try to envision this with me, guys. Seriously, open your mind and picture this in your mind and try to follow along with me here. So this is what you're told. You are told you are a ball floating through infinite space, thousands of miles per hour. It's actually hard to envision how can space just go on forever and ever. There's no ending. Now I want you to imagine, instead of a spherical ball, imagine a flat Earth model. This is what people who know nothing about flat Earth claim that flat Earth is representing. A flat land floating in infinite space. And this is just as insane as the spherical version. Imagine space is completely gone. The only space that there is inside of this firmament that we live under. That's it. It doesn't go on forever and ever. There is an end. The Bible says the only thing above and below us is water. Doesn't this make more sense than this?
Show me video of a satellite passing over Earth, shot by another satellite while they're both in the vacuum of space. That should be a fairly common occurrence, right? The game is afoot.
I am so sick and tired of people saying that the Bible doesn't say that the earth is flat. Watch this. Right before Satan is thrown into the lake of fire in Revelation chapter 20, verse 9, and they, talking about the angels, went up on the breadth of the earth. What is that word breadth? It literally means plateaus, and it has a root word of G4116, breadth, root word 4116. And the Strong's definition is spread out flat, plot. Spread out flat. Spread out flat. Spread out flat. I am asking all my Christian brothers and sisters, why do you still insist that the Bible does not say that the earth is flat? Revelations chapter 20, verse 9. Please debate this as much as you want to.
I never thought in a million years I'd make a flat earth video. No, you know why? I ain't never been to space. Or is there space? I don't know. I don't know. But I do know this, that if you believe the earth is round and you haven't been to space, you're believing in faith, which is cool. I have a faith. I believe in God, and I have never seen him. I think I've experienced him, but I've never visually seen God. I haven't spoke to him. I don't have any audible hallucinations. I trust what I've read, and it feels good. Just like you globe people. You've never been to outer space. You just trust what the priests and priestesses at NASA tell you, and you just like to spew their shit out your mouth. I don't know. But I would feel much more comfortable if you said, I have faith that the earth is round, because at least that would be honest.
One small detail on one of the Apollo missions that was proven beyond a shadow of a doubt to have been completely faked and lied about, and that was that mission's shot of the Earth when they were a certain distance away. They were caught faking it, just red-handed caught faking it.
It seems as though that the truth is finally coming out. The truth about what aliens and UFOs really are. Guys, we know there's no such thing as outer space. There cannot be. There is a firmament above us, an impenetrable dome that separates the waters above from the waters below. Impenetrable meaning nobody's getting out and nobody's getting in. Aliens are not what you've been told. They are demonic entities, interdimensional beings, beings that can shift between dimensions. Have you ever thought to yourself just how strange it is that the word dimension sounds an awful lot like demon? There are multiple dimensions. There are portals, and the portals are the only way that these interdimensional creatures can come into our dimension. The truth is finally coming out, and the truth, like always, is stranger than fiction. And the truth, like always, is not what we've been told.
Does anyone care to explain how I'm building a structure that's over a mile long, okay, and yet they're using lasers and levels, and this structure is completely level, and but so after a mile you should have to compensate on this ground that you're excavating to be able to account for the 8 inches per mile squared. So, but it's not 8 inches below on the other end. They're literally pouring these footers for the columns at the same height, all the way down, over a mile. It's not 8 inches. I took a tape measure to it myself. So, can somebody please explain that? If we live on a curved, rotating ball, please. It's definitely flat, people. Let's just call it what it is. Flat Earth. Flat, infinite plane. So to follow up on my last video, some people don't like to explore with their mind. They just like to be told what to believe and what to think. I am not one of those people. This is a concrete pad. This is a column footer. The thing about building is, it has to be perfectly level, flat, square, and plumb. Just like here. You see it. The person who measured all this and drove the kicker stakes and the form in the ground had to use a laser level, and he put it on this corner, and from here all the way down, completely flat, level, straight, plumb. See how this one matches that one? You could do it with a string, and it would still give you a perfectly flat, straight, square line. For some reason, people just still don't believe. Even the water in the concrete knows to be perfectly flat and level. You don't live on a spinning ball.
I went to school, but I had to unlearn all that shit. That's indoctrination. Do you want me to go about that? Because I'll fucking read you all about indoctrination. Indoctrination, the process of teaching a person or a group to accept a set of beliefs uncritically. The moment you're born, you're given concepts and you're given beliefs. No action will come from a non-belief. So in today's society, when people have a master's degree, that means that you've successfully been indoctrinated into a specific way of thinking. They want to make sure that if you want access to certain parts of the matrix, you need to have your mind removed and the indoctrinated mind inserted. So now you can't think for yourself.
Now I'm about to prove to you that the so-called planets are not physical objects. This is what NASA shows us versus what one of the most powerful cameras in the world, which is a Nikon P900, actually shows us. This is what NASA tells us Saturn is versus what it actually looks like. This is what our planets really look like, not this fake CGI cartoons produced by NASA. Also, how is it when you point a camera at the North Star, all the stars around it do perfect circles? Also, the constellations realign in the same exact spot every 365 days, which means they're absolutely not doing this, hurtling through space, spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, chasing the sun at 67,000 miles an hour. Answer this: how would we see the same constellations in the same exact spot every year if we were doing this? Not possible. And like always, God bless.
They don't like it when you talk about flat earth. They do not like it. Nope. They don't like it. They ban you. They don't let you go live anymore. They take down posts. But, you know, girls can post their asses on video and all that junk, but they don't get banned. No. But if the flat earth was like, the flat earth's fake, why do they have to ban it? It's fake. Who cares? It's just a bunch of nonsense. So why would it hurt to post it if it's fake, right?
The scriptures indicate that God sits in Isaiah above the circle of the earth, centered above the circle of the earth, beholding all the creatures in it. The Bible calls earth a circle. It says it takes shape like clay under a seal. It says it's fixed and immovable. It's not orbiting, it's not rotating, it's not flying through space. Tell me, how is a vacuum, which sucks atmosphere out, occurring with atmosphere and there's no barrier between the two? Tell me, how does water curve and hold to a ball? Well, you got to make up the imaginary gravity, all those things. The Bible never teaches that. The Bible says the earth is not moving. It says it's fixed and immovable. Satan comes up with, it's moving three different ways. It's spinning, and then it's orbiting, and then it's vortexing. Yet the star trails have remained the same for thousands of years. Do you understand? Fixed and immovable, that's the Bible. Earth takes shape like clay under a seal. You ever seen clay under a seal? That's in Job. Take some clay, push it under a seal. What do you get? Flat with ridges and mountains. Take shape like clay under a seal. What does Isaiah say? The book of Isaiah uses the word ball in Hebrew, not for the earth, and it uses the word circle, a completely different Hebrew word, for God sitting above, enthroned above the circle of the earth. Ezekiel says there is a dome over our heads, and then God is on his throne above that dome. Genesis 1 says, you look this up, the first word that would trigger us if we're going to believe the world's version of cosmology is rakia in Hebrew. It says that he created the rakia. Well, you've got to translate that properly. Sometimes the Bible will say vault or what have you. The King James comes closest and says firmament. Why? Because rakia, and any true Hebrew scholar will tell you this, rakia is a solid structure. In fact, Job says that God spread out the skies hard as molten glass. So NASA's been lying since the 50s. They've been lying. The biblical cosmology and the worldly cosmology are two completely different cosmologies. Shouldn't surprise you, there's two kingdoms here on earth. There's the kingdom of God, the kingdom of Satan, and that ball nonsense does not exist. Creation points us to God according to Romans. Did you know that? According to Paul's argument in Romans 1, creation will point you to God. So what does Satan do? He goes after creation, obscures creation, hides creation. Oh, there's no firmament. The earth is not fixed and immovable. It's moving a lot, right? It doesn't take shape like clay under a seal. It takes shape under gravity formed into a ball. We call it the horizon because it's horizontal, and then we try and say, oh, it's curved. Now, I know you've seen all the footage, but you had to see it on screen. You've never seen it with your eyes, number one. Number two, it's always a fisheye lens, always. GoPros, fisheye lenses. You're being deceived. If you hold to the Bible, you won't get deceived. You'll sound stupid to everybody else, just like I sound stupid right now. But if you notice, I could care less because I believe the Bible. I don't believe my eyes over the Bible. I believe the Bible. But I also believe my eyes, and my eyes have never seen curved water stick to a ball. They've never seen atmosphere and vacuum touch each other and the vacuum not suck the atmosphere out. It doesn't occur. You have to have a hard surface between a vacuum and atmosphere. And if you start looking into NASA, you start seeing the space bubbles, which is because it's really just filmed underwater. Every time SpaceX sends up its beautiful rockets, that's a beautiful piece of machinery, but it's not going anywhere. If you notice the photography that trails it, it just makes a dome. And they go, oh, well, that's because it's entering into the orbit, right? No, it's because there's a dome. And if you send it straight up, it'll just hit that dome and blow up. So you got to curve it, and that's why, and it comes back down. They go, oh no, it entered, no it didn't. So you're being deceived.
Don't waste any more time. Visit the links above now and order my book 16 Emergency Landings Proving Flat Earth. Visit my online store now and order the new enhanced Gleason's Flat Earth map. This map used to be in every school and library in the nation before NASA was created in 1958, when the maps were ordered removed. Have your Gleason's map hanging on the wall in your house where no government can take it down. Here you see it hanging on a wall in the house of the late Charles K. Johnson. Here is a quote from the book 1984 by George Orwell. Every record has been destroyed or falsified, every book rewritten, every picture has been repainted. Every statue and street building has been renamed, every date has been altered, and the process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History has stopped. Order your map now.